What's up, Texans fans? It's Lance Hayes with Sports Social Live at Sports Social TV, and we are talking Texans versus the Green Bay Packers. This is a game to see. We're going to talk about the next man up mentality. We've been talking about it all season. We had to have it last year, and this year's no difference. We're going to talk about some safety play, linebacker play, a QB. I'm not going to call it a battle, but we're going to talk about the QBs, and then we're going to talk about the betting odds. It's Sports Social Live. Let's get it. What's going on, Texans fans? It's Lance Hayes, Sports Social Live. I am here posting. It's nighttime in Japan, and I am the global Texans fan. I take the Texans everywhere, so I'm happy that this game is coming on. 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to be up watching this game live. I'm not playing when I say I'm a Texans fan. The Texans go play the Packers. The Texans are 5-1, Packers are 4-2. This is gonna be a game, and the Packers are coming in rested, well, healthy. Texans are coming in hobbled, crippled, next man up. But it should be a battle. It should be a game. And the Packers have things that the Texans can take advantage of. And of course, the Packers have an awesome defense and a good QB to kind of stall the Texans when they need to. I think this game is going to be one of those games that we just have to see what's going to happen. It should be a primetime game. Everything is there for it to be a primetime game. But I guess the NFL script writers didn't have it in the mix for us. So I'm excited to see what's going to go on for the Texans. I've been watching all week. I'm ready for it. Jeremy and I have been talking about what can we do to win this game? What are the things that we see to be successful? There's a lot going against the Texans right now, and they're just playing into kind of the Green Bay swing of things. But the Texans do have some positives on their side. They do have a good mentality going into the game, and they have the pieces that can step up and be successful when need be. The Texans are not one of those teams that can just lay over and nobody can just come in. I wish we were healthy and this would be a battle royale, but it's gonna be a game of grit for the Texans, and the Packers is gonna be one of those games where they can't make a mistake because the Texans are just there in game. So the first thing we're gonna talk about and discuss for the Texans, and I'm sure everybody's been talking about it, is basically we can't have any weak links in our chain. We already have the atmosphere against us, but we can't have the weak links in our chain. And when I say that, everybody's saying next man up. I don't like to say next man up because, hey, you need to hold up your chain link, right? You need to be strong on your own. And that's what the Texans have to do when they're going into this game. The big thing about this game, it'll be linebacker play. I mean, you two of your starters that can make a run for money in awards as far as like maybe not all pro, but they will get some awards by end of year. Henry Tua and Al Shire are both out for this game. That's crazy. Um, it's crazy. It's a blow to the Texans. It's a blow to us as fans. If you enjoy good defense, watching those two just run around the field, make plays from sideline to sideline, and also get underneath tight end passes and down the seam is incredible football to watch. So watching them make those plays, um, it was incredible, and it's going to be crucial that we have the pieces that fill the gaps that they're while they're gone. And those pieces will be the names of the double H's, Hanson, and then you have Hewitt. Neville Hewitt, I like what he's done. Special teams, he's been a boss on special teams. Jake Hanson has come in and filled in. We have good linebackers. They might not be the best at getting back in coverage, and that's an issue that we've had going down the stretch. And I believe if I'm a Green Bay Packers, I'm going to pound them, Pause. We're playing pause here. I'm definitely going to go after these guys. I'm not playing with them. I want to make sure that Hewitt and Hanson are going to be tired, and I'm sure that this Green Bay great coached Green Bay team is going to attack these linebackers and try to kind of put their hand in the dirt and lean on them a little bit more. So the linebackers, Hanson and Hewitt, are going to have to ball. They're going to have to ball. I mean, we also have Mario Edwards out and Autry back in. So, I mean, we lose, we take a step forward, we lose 3 in the injury list. So it's going to be difficult for the Texans going forward as they kind of go down as we go down the stretch. Um, I want to see, excuse me, I want to see how the Packers game plan against the Texans and how Nico plans to give them a breaks. Hanson and Hewitt, they haven't been playing those starter reps. Tua and Alshire have been on the field for a majority of the game, so I'm sure they're going to get gassed in the game. So what does he do to kind of mix it up for the Texans? Uh, that- and just talking about it, the Packers offense is a great offense, and they have pieces that can hit you from left to right. They have pieces, man. They have wide receivers, they have the tight ends, the running back, and a solid QB that can a act a fool back there when you let them. So it's gonna be tough for the Texans going forward in this game. But I think you can take advantage of that, and I'll discuss that QB battle a little bit later. The Texans will have to work. I mean, the Texans have trouble stopping the run. This is not going to be any different of a game. Um, they're going to have to work against these guys. Hopefully, Autry coming back in and that front seven can get after. I think that front seven is just going to have to pin their ears back and go. But if I'm the Packers, I'm definitely going to utilize that aggressiveness, those pressures against the Texans, and make Hewitt and Hanson have to come up on these screen passes, supporting the run, then pop it over the head of them. So it's going to be a tough tough go for the defense. And let's be clear, our DBs are not there either. So Ward is not there. I mean, he's been hurt. I think that's the history, and we're kind of preparing to move forward with our DBs and safety play. And our other DBs are out as well. So it's going to be a battle in that regard. Speaking of safety play, Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward, Hi. I mean, we should go off there after a DB, but D'Amico's one of those people that's going to just play with what he has because they've been in camp. So that's what we're gonna do. We are going to ball out with what we have. And I think the Texans need to continue to do that. I think that's giving them the best chemistry that they can. Jimmy Ward being out, our DBs are going to have to work. Stingley going to have to, step up his game. It's going to be interesting to see how the Texans utilize the DB mix this game. Where's Petrie going to line up? What's going to happen with the team as far as the DB play is concerned? But they're going against a stout offense. And what I want to talk about now is just the offensive schemes and what's going on with the Texans as far as offense is concerned. And I have my screen up here, just looking at it. The Texans offense has to ball out. This is a game where Slowick makes his name and he goes and battles a solid Green Bay defense. This is where you want to interview for head coach jobs. This is where you go and show why you're great. The cute stuff might have to come out this game, but I don't want to see it all game. Slowick's going to have to be consistent here. CJ Stroud has been talking this week about being solid over in the turnover, winning the turnover battle, as far as not having as many turnovers as he's had in the previous weeks, which has not been a lot, but he wants to minimize those game or momentum ending mistakes. CJ's been great for the team, but he's not been as bad as Jordan Love. Jordan Love has a bad turnover ratio, but he balls out when he needs to. So we need CJ to do that as well. I think the Texans will have to lean on that running back tandem of Mixon and Pierce throughout the game. Our offensive linemen look like they get confidence running, oh, blocking for Mixon and now Pierce back in the game. So I want to see that mix. I want to see these guys continue to get that tenacity and grit as a block for Mixon and Pierce. We got to see Stroud step up as well. The tight ends, I've been talking about it every week. Tight ends have to show me something. I think this is a good time for them to do it in this game. But to get active, even if it's not catching the ball, is getting those safeties out the way and allowing just clearing out the way for Mixon or another receiver, Diggs, Tank Dell, somebody to get open. I want to see what Hutch does. Hutch, you back in the Midwest up there, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go crazy, brother. Go crazy. I want to see them ball out. The Texans are hoping they can return this week with another good offensive performance, and I believe that they can. The Packers will be ready for it. They'll be ready. That the defense of the Packers is a solid defense, great defense to watch. So we need a mix with Mixon, and we need to run the digs with digs. That's what we have to do this week. Tank Dell is ready too, ready to get active. I want to see what's going to happen this week as well with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud versus Love is going to be a battle. If you don't think there's going to be a battle, I don't know what you're talking about, but I might have underestimated it earlier in this little episode. But Love, Stroud, no, pause. Love and Stroud battling it out there will be great. I want to see these guys get into it. Man, pause. I want to see these guys just go at it. Either way, I want to see them ball out. I want to see them ball out. I want to see a battle. I think this game is going to be a close game. And looking at the stats, if you see at the bottom of the screen, Love has not played exceptionally well, but he wins. And that's he's been out. He's healthy now. They make the best plays for him. They put him in a great position to be successful. He has thrown picks. He has a problem throwing interceptions. But they make he makes a way. CJ Stroud, he's sixth in yardage. He's top 10 in pretty much every stat except interceptions. QBR, he's number 7. Dude is a baller. The Texans have to lean on their ballers. This is going to be a game. It's going to be talked about the whole game, which is going to be a little annoying. It's going to go into like a Taylor Swift type. Oh, let's talk about the QB battle. Let's talk about their parents. Let's talk about their moms. But this QB battle is going to be one of those ones that we should see for a good time. The Texans versus the Packers, excuse me, might be one of those games that you might see later on in the season. And I'm hoping we do see one of the, but either one of the teams in the ship. I hope we have both teams have long playoff runs. This is going to be one of those games. I'm thinking it's going to come down to one of these QBs making the right play and minimizing the wrong play. One of them is going to make a mistake. And whoever makes that mistake down the stretch, is going to cost their team. This game is going to be a game that's going to be close. This game is going to be a game based off of game management. And I can see the Packers having better game management, to be honest. But if it had to come down to it, I believe that CJ Stroud will make the more consistent passes and outplay Jordan Love, but it won't be by much. Jordan Love will be right there. They're both gamers, and I'm excited to see what's going to go on with these teams. But I'm also excited. I'm truly excited to test these odds because testing the odds is kind of fun. You got to risk it to get the biscuit, and we're talking about betting now. So the betting odds are on your screen right now. Packers minus 2.5. You have the over and under at 48.5. And then, the money line. What are your thoughts? At Sports Social TV, at Sports Social Live on YouTube, I'm thinking this game will be the under. I think it's going to be the under because I think both QBs are going to be testing the water. They're going to be safer in this game. I don't foresee them just blowing it out the water. I think it'd be more reliant on the run games. That field at the field at the Packers Stadium is one of those fields that kind of iffy for visiting teams. So I believe the Texans will go more run heavy with Mixon and Pierce and slow the clock down, and then do some, maybe get the tight ends involved. I believe the Packers will do the same and try to get the Texans linebackers tired, and then they'll start airing it out. Towards the end of the game, we'll get more thrown balls, but I think it's going to go for the under, and I'm going to take the Texans I'm going to take the Texans. It's going to be a tight game, but I'm rolling with the Texans to cover the spread at least. So Texans covering the spread and the under is my picks for this day. I'm a Texans fan, probably the Texans fan the furthest away, and still checking in and tapping in every game. I'm Lance Hayes. This is Sports Social Live. Subscribe, like, share. Sports Social Live TV on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. You can find us everywhere. Tap in with us. Salute.